Greetings from Kentucky. I have been behind on live, both actual and virtual, but I thought I'd go ahead and catch up on some tags. So I'm going to start with the TMI tag, which has like a whole list of questions. So to keep the video short, I'm going to try to be really, really quick with my answers, and right now I'll just get to it. So what am I wearing? I'm wearing yoga pants and a yoga shirt and then a warm sweatshirt. I'm going to go do my yoga soon in the next hour and a half, I guess, and I'm wearing the sweatshirt because it's cold in the house. And the sweatshirt is from Cal State Monterey Bay, and it's so old that it's from when Cal State Monterey Bay just opened. Ever been in love? Well, I'm 55. If I haven't been, it would be sad. Of course I have been. Ever had terrible breakups? Yes. How tall? I'm 5'4" and a half. I insist on my half. I think I still have it. I might be shrinking. How much do I weigh? I haven't been on the scale lately, but I can tell you I wear in a skirt 4'6" and in a jacket maybe a 6'8". Any tattoos? No. Any piercings? 3, and then 2, and then 1. And I got that one when I turned 50. One true pairing OTP. Glad I watched a lot of tags so that I knew what in the heck that was. Kathy and Heathcliff. Favorite show? Well, right now, this wouldn't be my favorite show of all time, but right now I really love Scandal, I love Downton Abbey, and I like Good Wife. Favorite band? Can't really say. That's the bad part about being 55. You've lived so long, you've heard so much music, it becomes harder and harder to choose. Same thing with books, same thing with movies, but I'm just going to pull out English Beat and say the English Beat. Something I miss? My Beach Hut. Favorite song? Well, since I picked English Beat as my favorite band, I guess I'll pick Into the Party. How old am I? I am 55. What is my zodiac sign? It is Aquarius. What else is on this sheet? Qualities I look for in a partner. Stability is important to me. Somebody who loves their work, so that they're happy doing their work. And I would say finally, someone who values my independence. Favorite quotation? Faulkner, let's say, The Wild Palms. Between grief and nothing, I will take grief. I've always liked that because it reminds us that it's just a privilege to be alive, and that even when life is giving us grief, it's preferable to nothing. Kind of a depressing quote, I suppose, and yet to me it's very affirmative. Loud music or soft? Neither. I like it right in the middle. If it's too loud, I don't like it. If it's too soft, I fall asleep. It's got to be just right. Okay, let's flip my little card. How long do I stay in the shower? Probably about 15 minutes. How long does it take me to get ready? I'm not sure because I get ready in stages. I know I can fly out the door if I need to. 10, 15 minutes would do it. However, in the morning, I do get dressed in stages. So I wake up and I kind of wash my face and do that part. Then I go have coffee. Then I work for a while. Sometimes I do half my makeup, then take off, do something else, then come back to it. I do find it a pleasure to get dressed in the morning rather than a chore. And I like to take as much time as I have. Ever been in a physical fight? Well, I was scrappy when I was younger, so yes. Can't remember anything. That's the good thing about growing old as well. You get to just forget your more embarrassing moments. Turn on, absolutely hands. In fact, when I was 50, I wrote a piece called Ode to My Ex-Lover's Hands, and maybe I'll read that at the end. It might be too long though. Turn off. Depending on my mood, that can be a list a mile long, or it can be, very short. The reason I joined YouTube, I teach English, I teach communication. I had to know what all the social media was about. I had to know how to make a video. Not that I'm very good at it, but I just needed to know what this was like, and I enjoy it a great deal. But I needed to understand what social media was, what it meant to have virtual friendships, virtual communities, and just the way that worked. Fears. I don't have many for myself. I am absolutely phobic at the dentist, but they put me to sleep, so yeah, that's fine. I have fears for my children, I suppose, and for their future. I think it's just a parent thing. Sometimes when I get really upset about it, I think this particular generation has more challenges than any other generation, and then I realize that that's probably what we say about every generation. But yeah, I have fears for my children and their future. The last thing that made me cry, Scandal, 2 episodes ago, when James dies. I think that's the one where James dies. Anyway, that one made me cry. Meaning behind my YouTube name, I had the best Wheaten Terrier in the whole world. He was what I called my firstborn. I actually got that dog after I'd had a second really horrendous miscarriage. He was just my baby, and he was gorgeous. He was a gorgeous, gorgeous Wheaten Terrier, and that's where my YouTube name comes from. Last book I read, I need to consult my Kindle because I read constantly and at all times. And so let me tell you, I am now reading Wild Swans, Three Daughters of China by Yung Chang. And right before that, I finished Margaret Foster's biography of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Also reading Elizabeth Barrett Browning's Sonnets from the Portuguese. I'm reading Nikki Finney's Head Off and Split, reading that again. Julia Alvarez, The Woman I Kept to Myself. And I'm also slowly working my way through Stephen Levy's In the Plex, which is about Google. Yeah, at any given time, my Kindle is quite active. I probably have some real books open as well, but I do love my Kindle. I read it most of the time on my Android. I also have an actual Kindle, but I generally don't pick that one up. Last time I said I love you to someone, it probably would have been to a member of my family, and I think it was yesterday. I need to get on the ball and do it today, don't I? The last show I watched was Scandal. Last person I texted, that would be my son because it's his birthday, and so I texted him to say happy birthday. Favorite food? Anything Mexican. Place I want to visit? I want to go back to the Azores. There's a lot of places I want to go to for the first time, but I really would like to be back in the Azores. Last place that I was, well, I just got back from Florida, and I was also in California prior to that. Do I have a crush? No, probably because I'm 55. No, I don't have a crush. Last time I kissed someone, likely a member of my family, and likely yesterday. Last time I was insulted, I'm a teacher, thick skin, don't remember. Favorite flavor of sweets? I have a wicked sweet tooth. If it's sweet, I likely love it. I'm trying to think if there's a sweet that I absolutely don't like. No, I think I like every sweet there is. What instruments do I play? None anymore, but when I was younger, I played the flute, the piccolo, and the bassoon. Favorite piece of jewelry? I have a lot of jewelry. I love jewelry. I have a lot of nice pieces of jewelry. I buy pieces of jewelry to commemorate important moments in my life. These, for example, are diamond earrings that I got when I was promoted to full professor. One of the most meaningful pieces of jewelry I have is this very simple platinum band. This band, which I wear pretty much every day, is my parents' wedding band. And when I got married, my father had already passed away, and my mother gave that to me for my wedding band. So yeah, I suppose that very simple platinum band is my favorite piece of jewelry. What is my favorite sport? Well, let's see. I love yoga, especially Bikram or hot yoga. I love swimming. I love bowling, adore bowling. I love hiking, and I like horseback riding. I like to be active. This next one I find laughable. What is my favorite chat-up line, and have I ever used it? What the heck? I have no chat-up line, and so I've never used it. Last place I hung out with someone, or last person I hung out with, something like that. I could do my family, but that's kind of not interesting. The last person I really, really hung out with was my friend Colette. That was in Florida, and we had a full-out, wonderful day. We did yoga together. We had lunch. We had a spa period of time. We went thrift store shopping. We had a really, really good time. Okay, that is it for my TMI tag. I will read Ode to an Ex-Lover's Hands. And again, I wrote this on the occasion of my 50th birthday. Each year on my birthday, I try to write a piece. Ode to an Ex-Lover's Hands, or This Ain't No Conventional Love Song, written on the occasion of my 50th birthday. Mill Street. I knock at the door. I am younger and thinner and thoroughly surprised to see you. You walk in. There are no awkward moments, no forced efforts at conversations. Your hands grasp my shoulders and they draw me to you. You kiss me long and hard, not too hard, perfect actually. And then everything happens quickly, but I experience your hands in slow motion. I have watched them many times while you spoke or walked or fingered a pencil. I know them well. They captivate me, moving lightly and deftly, seemingly involuntary efforts, and yet there must be some volition. They know where to go. Slow hands, magic hands, bold hands. They are the hands that make the rockers scream, the blues singers moan, the fadistas cry. What I remember best is this: you came and went. I didn't know when I'd see you. You simply appeared, and I was happy, very happy, satisfied. We must have communicated somehow in between those surprise visits. I remember you were funny and smart. You didn't shrink from ideas. We shared books. All that made me feel connected to you, though really I knew almost nothing about you. What little I knew, I couldn't decipher. Your hands, though, I understood perfectly. Listen, here's what stuck with me for years, besides the electric feeling of your hands on my skin. When you would disappear, I ached for you. I thought the usual cliches. It's not worth it. This is no way to live. I did what any similarly situated woman would do. I swore off you, cried and cursed you. Whole weekend spent like that. And then you would appear at my doorstep, and I would let you in. And I was happy, very happy, satisfied, again, until the aching started. I don't remember when I learned you were married. I like to believe I didn't know at the beginning. Eases my conscience. It's not a particularly new story. I got involved with a man and then found out he was married. Maybe. Or maybe I got involved with him and then he got married. No matter, we were living a cliche. When you called a year later on a business trip, lonely, not too far away, it felt good to tell you that I was getting married. Someone loved me. Someone wanted to stay with me, and I would be faithful. I was raised to be faithful. Imagine, if you will, fidelity as a club. Imagine that club smashing down on those hands of yours, shattering the bones. It's funny what advancing age does. Now, when I think of you, I feel again a certain specific happiness, one that this time, in some odd way, I can count on. Don't get me wrong. There is no place in my waking or dream life for you. But your hands are another story. I have recovered and repaired and repieced the bones. There was a time in my life when I had the luck, the good fortune, the pleasure of having your hands move on me. Naturally, or so it now seems, all these years later, I dream of where and how they might wander, were they here. I could tell you that I dream of the kind of move Cosmo or Men's Health like to coach, but that wouldn't capture it at all. Not at all. So that is my prose poem, Ode to an Ex-Lover's Hands. It's one that I've never published or done anything with. It's just part of a little birthday series that I write each year on my birthday. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a terrific, terrific day. We are in the middle of basketball, full-out madness. This place goes crazy during NCAA, and the team made it to the next bracket, and holy cow, the world is topsy-turvy here. But you can hear all about that on ESPN. I'll let you look at it there. As always, thank you so much for watching, and yes, make it a great, great day. Bye.